here with another Trainer Confidential. So we had to take a little hiatus. I had vacation, and Donnie just got back from the world. So he's it was last week. So I want to check up on that show, see how he did. We're gonna watch some watch the prejudging. Yeah. So let's start. How you feeling, man? You're a week from the show today.
Yeah, I feel like I'm really starting to recover,
Hmm.
So didn't train last week, didn't follow my diet really strict or anything like that. I had to just getting a lot of stuff out of my system, and now I'm ready to, get ready to slowly start getting back into it.
Well, I know training with you. Was it Friday? You had a good look, man. You look pretty good.
Yeah,
Nice
that's
and full.
you're nice and full
Oh
and
yeah.
you're still pretty lean. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah. So going into the show, do you think you hit everything? Is there anything you could have done better, you think?
I think based on the way this one went, I think it's about as good as I would have thought it would have been.
I
I
agree.
mean, no major drawbacks, no accidents, no incidents, nothing I had to deal with. So yeah, you know.
I agree. I agree. I thought you came in. Yeah, I thought you came in 100%. So I'm gonna start off. I want to show your before you got on stage, that pic that you showed me.
You're talking about the 60-second routine or the
No, your hotel pic.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, the night before it, yeah. So before I dry it out and after I dry it out, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the morning of. So I thought you're I mean, the lighting's crap, but that is a crisp looking Donnie right there, man. So yeah, you were pretty crisp. So you I know you mentioned because they kind of ran through. I already watched prejudging, but we're gonna go to that next. But they kind of ran through you guys. I mean, there was 8 of you up there. Uh
Yeah, I think they did three rotations of posing, 3 rounds of posing. So
yeah.
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, they ran through you guys. So I know you said you were kind of second round through. You're kind of getting gassed out a little bit.
Well, I mean,
Honestly, I didn't notice that when I watched this. I didn't notice it. You ready to watch it?
sure.
All right, here's coming out
I
stage
think this
here.
is this is the lineup. So yeah, this is
Yeah, they didn't keep you off to the side very long.
no, this just I mean, this is how this was the line. This was just a numbering right here. So the
So the guy I was referring to earlier is the guy to your right. I
yeah,
believe he got
he's
fourth
to the
place.
far right, yeah.
And I thought that he was kind of robbed for that position. I thought he was better than fourth. Number 8, number 11 switch places. Now you're gonna move you next. There you go. Gentlemen, spread out. Give yourself. Okay, so now let's pick this apart. Okay, front double bicep, you got him beat
It's
there.
yeah, but it's not my better pose and stuff. This
It's
is when I
not, but
I
I
try to
thought you.
stay close as I can. Really, you really got to hit those poses that you're not really strong at.
Yeah,
Stay kind of close, so and then until it gets around to the poses that really starts coming around.
yeah.
So it starts from the side chest on, then yeah.
Side chest. Yeah, that's really, really comparable, man. That shot's really comparable. That's so you were 1 point off.
Yeah, he beat me by one. So he scored an 8, I scored a 9.
Mhm. You got him beat from the back. I didn't see any back shot that he had you beat from, especially the back flat spread, actually.
Side tricep.
Yeah, you got to beat that shot too. Again, I'm biased though, so
Your favorite most muscular.
here's a kill shot right here.
Gentlemen, hit a front double bicep.
Pretty impressive. So the order was the guy to your left got he got first, you got second.
Right,
Third was the guy with the goatee, Gator, and then fourth was the big guy to your right,
right.
and then fifth was the guy to his right.
Yeah, Durham Charles.
Yes, that's the guy I was referring to. I thought that he should have been third, honestly. From what I was, and watch him from the back compared to
He's
the
got he's got a pretty good back. He
he
does have a
does.
good back.
He just I just thought he was better than fifth. He should have been right behind you. That's kind of what I thought, my own opinion. I mean, look at his back lat spread.
Yeah, his back lat
I
spread is
mean,
pretty good.
it's comparable to yours. So, and you got the best back lat spread up there. But at any rate, that's a hell of a lineup, man. 60 years old. That puts you the second best in the world. So,
What's going on with my abs here?
so is this about when you're gassing out?
Uh, yeah, I didn't really start feeling it until I went to the second lineup, the 212 lineup, and
Oh,
I
the
noticed
212.
that.
Okay.
I
Okay. Yeah.
noticed that. Yeah, I wasn't. I would punch the gas, but my muscles weren't responding like they were earlier.
Yeah.
And it's because I couldn't get access to any more calories and stuff. So,
Yeah.
you
So
know, so
so they went down to 40s. Did they do 212 right after men's open?
something like that. Yeah, they did all the 60s and all the 50s and all the 40s, and then they came back around and they did the 212.
So you had to wait a little bit to get back up on stage then.
Yeah, but we were still in the holding area. They wouldn't let us go back to the pump area,
Yeah. Oh, really?
which is where the food is.
Oh.
And
Okay.
that's I was like, I need some fast acting carbs. I
Yeah.
need some
Yeah,
high
yeah.
glycemic carbs, yeah. And so yeah. So I went out and you can only do what you can do, but I could clearly tell that I wasn't feeling the way I was feeling in that open
Mhm.
class. My muscles, they just weren't popping like they were earlier. But
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. No, I thought you did great, man. It took a whole week for me to get this video too, by the way, you guys, because Pittsburgh is a 4 hour difference from here to Washington. So so basically you were up there at 8 a.m. Well, actually about 8:30 you were up there.
Yeah, yeah.
Something like that. So
And like
that
I
would have
said,
been
yeah, and like I said, both winners. I mean, they just turned 60.
yeah.
So, and that's I'm 60. I'll be 65 next year. I mean, to be 64 and still be in the running and stuff.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, it's that's I'm happy with that.
No, like even Jackie said the same thing, watching the lineup. Our eyes just went right to you anyway, man. I mean, it's probably partly because I know you and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So So there's going to be a little bit of that in there, but you just, you're in the middle for a reason. So congratulations to that. Congratulations to your win.
But I
Wow.
didn't win though. But my placing, how I did, that'll work.
Second in the world's a win, dude. There's no Olympia this year,
Well,
remember? That
I
is the
mean, but
biggest show.
the thing, but my first time out, I won both the open and the 212.
Yeah.
So the second time, but the thing about it is, like I said, um, Bacon and Gator, I competed against them in my 50s,
Mhm.
and both of them beat me and stuff. So
So you
you
got
know,
Gator this time then.
I got Gator
Yeah.
twice, and then Mark Bacon got me. He got me twice. So,
So was it
but only by 1 point though, because he got
yeah.
first when he went. It was when he got his pro card. He got first, and I got fifth.
Okay.
So yeah.
So did he because it if I might be confusing the two, but Bacon his last time he competed was in 2022, is that right?
I know. I saw him at the Legion.
Okay.
He competed at the Legion when I competed in the Legion in 2021. It
Okay.
was probably either 21 or 22.
Okay. So I wonder what he have an injury. Did you get to talk to him? Do you have an injury
No,
or
no,
something?
no.
Or-
I didn't really get a chance to chat with anybody.
Yeah. So this was a very big show. A bunch of people were there. You're talking to Tom
Right.
Platts. Tell us
Tom
about
Platts
that.
was there. I when I was checking in, I was noticing there was just a lot of higher officials there, but that they didn't do a 2024 Olympia this year, so but they're
Yeah.
going to do it in 2025.
Hmm.
But I think they're still trying to figure out how they're going to approach this Olympia thing, and initially, it was like let's see if we can bring back some of the older celebrities of the sport and see if that'll be a draw. And quite frankly, I didn't think that was the greatest idea because nobody wants to. I mean, when I see somebody in their prime, like your Dorians and some I can see some coming back because not everybody carries their genetics in their later years the same. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
That's the third wheel. That's the extra wheel in masters bodybuilding is how well you can hold that genetic material. And
Yeah.
some of your best bodybuilders then would definitely probably not be your best bodybuilders now.
Yeah.
But some of the ones that were kind of okay back then, they probably kept much of that genetic material, and now they're looking phenomenal. You
Yeah.
know, you
Yeah.
got all these phenomenal masters athletes that are out there, that would really be a draw for a lot of people. It's just that, they're so stuck on bringing back some of the older celebrities and stuff.
Mhm.
Which, like I said, it's not a bad thing, but I
No.
still think that there are enough really good natural athletes out there to where that Master Olympia is not going to be what they think it should be.
And that's why I think I think the world's where it's at, honestly. Just
Yeah,
by
no, I
from
mean,
our
yeah, and that's what I was saying. I mean, I'm looking at these and they just had their feelers out there for
Mhm.
last Masters Olympia,
Mhm.
and I'm saying to myself, I mean, Udik's already got this thing figured out. He's got
Yeah.
this Masters stuff figured out. Just get with him, and apparently, I think that's what they were doing. So you
Yeah.
had almost 300 athletes. Okay. So, and you figure at $300 a pop, I was just crunching some numbers. I mean, just the entry fees was close to 80 grand.
Yeah.
They just got just in entry fees, you
Yeah.
know. So, yeah, and I know, I mean, the thing that's going to drive how this thing goes is where the money's at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I'm hoping that I mean, Gary seemed happy with the outcome. He was happy that everybody showed up. And that's one of the things that the 60s athletes, that's what we really have to talk about because the 50s and the 40s, that's solidified right there. I mean, we were back in a holding area, and I'm right next to the 50-year-olds. And I'm
Mhm.
looking at these guys, and I'm like, my chin is on the floor, man. I mean, these guys look freaking phenomenal. Of course,
Yeah.
40-year-olds,
Yeah.
you can't dispute that.
Yeah.
It's the 60s and the 70s. They're the ones that have got to really show up.
Mhm.
They're the ones that got to bring the packages that are going to draw the people in, to where the promoters can say, "Hey, look, yeah, I can see it." But
Mhm.
now you're getting more pro shows that do have 60 divisions.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how the Emerald Cup. I know I'm going to do 2 shows next year. I'm going to do the Worlds again. There's some things that I need to work on. Okay. I didn't have to work on before, but I have to work on now. And I
Yeah.
wasn't really as diligent with it. And it showed. And
Mhm.
it could have made that difference between that 9 or 8, that 1 point that I got beat by in the open. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the 212, I just ran out of gas. That's
Yeah.
what it, and when they moved the other guy in the center, they moved Bacon from the first place spot to the second place spot, and they moved the other guy in the middle. Okay, this was just his first round. His muscles were popping big time and stuff. But me and Bacon, we kind of ran out of gas.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that was a cool show, man. So you may do Emerald. We'll kind of leave it up in the air for now.
Well, no, I
Keep
mean,
what
if,
you're
if
doing.
if they have the 60 division, I probably will. I think the thing that's really getting me now is I'm not really going up that much in my weight.
Mm-mm.
Like I used to in my 30s, even a little bit in my 40s. I kind of stay kind of close.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I could probably punch it. I can probably do it in about 8 weeks, but
Mhm.
I tend to do 10 because just to give me a little bit of wiggle room,
Mhm.
and that's one reason I'm going to be able to compete, 2 maybe 3 times a year
Mhm.
because you kind of have to stay lean almost all the time.
Yeah. And you did this year too. You did very well at that this year.
Yeah,
So yeah. Congratulations, man.
absolutely.
So we had Flex Pro this weekend.
Yep.
Hunter Labrada winning that. Uh Prestige winning second.
I'm wondering why he did it so late.
I don't know. I know Nextzilla was supposed to be in there too, but he dipped out. He also dipped out of the UK show. And now he made an announcement today, I think, that he's done for the year. He's gonna try or well, he's not done for the he's gonna do Prague at the end of the year. So that's after the Olympia, I think. Uh
Is that just to qualify for next year?
yeah, yeah. Well, that's his plan. So he's gonna qualify for next because he still doesn't have a visa for to come over here anyway.
Oh, okay. All right. I
And
get it.
apparently he's having trouble with getting a visa to the UK too, which he's from Colombia, so it's kind of, I mean, because you would have thought he would have applied for his visa the last Arnold because he was invited to that and he
Right.
didn't.
I mean,
So
come on. What's the deal? That should be a priority for him.
I kind of think that maybe he wasn't really putting that much effort into it, but he's got a new coach now. His coach actually came out and both of them talked in English subtitles and explaining what they're going to do, their game plan. So I think he has a better coach now. I think Nextzilla is kind of one of those guys. He's just a genetic freak, but he needs to be pushed. He needs to be pushed and he needs to be watched. And I think that's
Kind of
just the
like
way it is.
Ramy, kind of like how Dennis James and
And Remy, yeah,
Chad they had to do it's really frustrating to see that to see some people they've just got so much physical genetic potential. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Their physical genetics, but that mental genetics, it's just not there for them. And somebody is it's not really any fault of their own. It's just the way they're wired.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's just the way they're wired.
Well,
I've seen
it
so
almost
many athletes
in
like
a
that.
sense, I mean, if you got to work harder for what you got, then usually that mental genetics is going to be stronger. If you don't have to work as hard for what you got, the genetic freaks,
Well, well, the mental genetics is that's what got them where they are in the first place.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Those the mental genetics and stuff, and then you get those rarities that have them both, and
yep, yep, yep,
it's game over.
yeah. I want to go through a couple pictures of Hunter though. Hunter
Yeah.
was he was saying that this was his best look ever. I don't quite agree with that. Okay, where's here? Oh, okay, I gotta figure out how to get it back up here.
Okay.
Go here. There we go. Nope,
Oh, that's me.
that's you. There we go. Okay. Okay, so here's Hunter. Here's Hunter up on stage. I thought he looked great, man. His legs have definitely improved. His hamstrings, especially. Uh,
I'm still seeing me.
oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Well, it's doing its thing. I'm seeing Hunter right now. I'm not sure what it's going to be showing on video, but at any rate, Hunter, he definitely looks good. I would not say it was his best look though. I just wouldn't. Uh, Presty, are you seeing Presty now?
No.
Okay, I'll just stop this then. Presty's impressive. Each show he's getting better and better. There is some controversy whether Presty should have won, but you know the politics and the judging. It's up to the judges, man. I mean, but Hunter definitely deserved the win. I thought he did good. He's on the Olympia lineup now. I was kind of expecting him to win a show earlier than this. It's like you said, why so late? I don't know. He had a game plan in mind that worked out for him. So, but
Yeah.
if Nexzilla would have been in the show, would that been a threat to him? No.
I'm gonna back you up just a minute, but then again, some people, like I said, some people they need a little break between shows, and some people they like to compete where it's a little closer together, the way they don't have such a long break, and maybe that's probably what it is.
Well, that's what he
You know
did
what I
last
mean?
year.
Huh?
That's what he did last year. Yeah, he had a pre-show, and then he did what, 2 shows, and then he went to Olympia, and they were all pretty close. So that's kind of just seems that's how Hunter likes to do things, which is
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, and I mean, so yeah,
His conditioning was
and,
on point from the pictures I seen.
I'm just speculating on that. So
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, we got another competitor for the Olympia stage. With the if you
so
2 years.
you think he'll make the top six?
No, I was just gonna say no. I don't. I don't. I'd like to see him, but I just don't.
Okay, what about top 10?
Yeah, yeah, I could see him win
Okay.
top 10. Yeah, I totally
Okay.
can. But
Okay.
he's got a lot. There's a lot of competition out right now. I mean, Hunter keeps on getting better, and he does. But he just can he beat Samson? No. Can he beat Jack? I don't think so. I don't think he can beat Hottie. I don't think he's going to beat a lot of those guys. I don't think he's going to beat. I don't think he's going to beat Derek. I was kind of surprised to see him beat Presty, to be honest with you. Presty's got an impressive physique. I mean, great symmetry, for being as big of a guy he is. He's like Samson, you don't really see how big of a person he is because he's so symmetrical. It's just pleasing to the eye, I guess. Hunter's a short dude. He's pretty short, but he's done a lot of work. So glad to see him up there. But I don't see him. I don't see him in top six. No.
One of the things we haven't noticed in a while, we haven't noticed anybody coming out of the pro ranks that are already threatening, some of the established pros, like we did when Kevin Levrone and Flex Wheeler, when they came into the pro scene, they started, they were controlling things like right out the gate. We
Yeah.
haven't seen that in a while, have we?
No. I
I
mean,
think anybody that's come on,
Jack was kind of like that, but he wasn't. He wasn't really. He was definitely a threat, but I wouldn't say he was controlling anything when he got his pro card. And same thing with Samson. I mean, Samson's came a long way since he got his pro card, which what was it, like 2 or 3 years ago now? It wasn't that long ago. But they weren't. I mean, Samson's doing his damage now and last year, and he's just going to get better. But as far as just coming right out in the pro shows and just
yeah,
stomping everybody, no, there hasn't.
that used to happen. That was the thing at a certain point.
Yeah, yeah.
It was, but yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll get to that point again because there's a lot of people. I mean, you scroll through Instagram and there's a lot of people coming up, some young guys just coming up. They're just phenomenal looking. So I mean, that's what makes bodybuilding exciting. So we're gonna see a lot more, and we maybe even see it this year. But I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. Well, let's have to see.
Yeah, yeah.
You got anything else you want to add tonight?
That's all I got, man.
All right. Well, I want to let you know I'm proud of you. You are the second best in the world. That was
okay.
Man, yeah. So excited to see your journey next year.
Yeah, I want to see what that 65-year-old package brings. I hope it looks
Yeah.
just like this one. Just
Yeah.
maybe a little
Well,
sharper.
I thought that I know I told you before, but I thought your physique this time is the best that I've seen. So, since I've known you, that's what I thought. But I thought I mean, you nailed your lean out. I'm never worried about you drying out because you're always good at that. But you filled out perfectly. You didn't look bloated on stage, so you had, you weren't inflamed, which
Right.
happened before with some
Yeah.
of the stuff that you're loading up on. So you kind of dialed everything in. The problem is you got to dial it in each year because it changes, especially with
Hmm.
especially with loading up.
But the more you do it, the more often you do it, the better you get at it.
Yeah, yeah.
And so yeah, I've already written notes, and I'm already kind of going through my mind on my next show how I'm going to do it and stuff.
Well,
So
and your off season has been really clean, so you've been able to just take days and throw some carbs in there, just see what happens, and you've been able to do that. So you haven't having to really worry and shed
yeah.
fat in a short period of time, and so
One of the things we talked about, and I'm just talking about the 60 athletes because we did get together and we were talking and stuff, is we can't blow up like we did when our 30s and 20s. It's
yeah,
just too hard. It's shedding that much that high degree of body fat. It's really hard on the body and stuff.
yeah,
So
it's very
so
hard.
we all kind of agree. It was a consensus with all. We tend to stay a little leaner,
Mhm.
because we just can't. It's just a lot to try to shed all that weight and stuff. So
You were
yeah.
talking to me about that one guy I used to know. I don't remember what his name is, but you said off season he would just get huge and then come time to showtime, and he would just shed it. He would be the shredded up
Oh
guy
yeah.
up
Oh yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know a couple of my former training partners. One was he was notorious for, and I know he would really blow up on the off season. He'd
Mhm.
get up like 300 and stuff, and just he was really, but and that was Turk Fickling, Arthur Turk Fickling. I mean, when it was time for Turk to shred, I mean, nobody could shred like this guy.
Wow.
I mean, so it didn't bother me at all that, he would get as big as he would,
Yeah.
because when it came time to shred, he would do it. So yeah,
Crazy. Yeah. All right, you guys. Thanks for watching. You have a good night, Donnie. We'll see you next week.
absolutely,
You guys got
man.
any comments? You've watched the show. Let us know.
Like and
Yeah.
subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Later, guys.